Hello, I'm Melissa. Welcome to my channel, Lemon Balm Yoga. Today we'll be doing a hip opener sequence for emotional release. This is a continual from my first video. So you can do that one first and come to this one, or you can always do that one after as well. Today we have Emerson joining us, so he'll be showing us some modifications and variations of some of the poses. So if you have a blanket close by or blocks, you can grab those. You can also use books or anything of the same height to use to bring the ground up to you. I'm glad you're joining today. We are going to start on our back in reclined Baddha Konasana. So whenever you're ready, making your way onto your mat, and we will come to lie on our back. So Emerson is going to make his way onto his back here, and we're going to give him a little extra support by placing blocks under his knees. So he's going to bend his knees, taking the soles of the feet together, and allow the knees to open wide. So let me place a block here. Go ahead and walk the soles of the feet together. And so you can use these blocks to help support you. You can even bring them up to the next level. Are they supporting your knees where they are? Okay, so once you arrive there, if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and allow the eyes to close. You can bring the hands to the lower belly, or one hand to the lower belly, one hand to the heart. Take a nice cleansing inhale that fills you up completely. As you exhale, side out. And now, if you're able, we'll start to inhale and exhale through the nose. Feel the breath lengthening. You may even start to count the breath as you inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing that count silently to yourself. And as you deepen the breath here, taking a moment to check in with yourself. Noticing where your emotions are today. Without judgment, we're just noticing and opening to allow any old stuck emotions to surface today. Letting go of any judgment of yourself. Knowing that emotions are part of the process. And it's okay if you don't feel anything right now, just opening to allow anything to surface. Being open to listen to your inner guidance. Taking a moment to feel your connection with God. finding an inner peace, trusting that you're on the right path, that you're exactly where you need to be. Full inhale, full exhale. Allowing the hands to meet at heart center, the thumbs will press into the sternum. Honoring this time on your mat. Imagining that any walls that are in the heart are opening. Seeing light shining within. Taking another full inhale. As we exhale, go ahead and release the arms out, taking the hands to the outside of the legs. You may flutter the eyes open if you would like to, and close the knees in towards each other. Go ahead and bring the right knee followed by the left into the chest, taking a nice little squeeze here. Finding that Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the throat. You may find a little rock from side to side. And then making your way back to center. Releasing that right foot to the ground. We're going to cross our left ankle over the right thigh as that left knee opens. Keeping that left foot flexed, we're going to bring that right knee in. You may interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Good. And then releasing the head down. As we're breathing here, we're making space and maybe hugging that right knee a little further. So just listening to your body. It's going to look different for everyone. We're keeping that left foot slightly flexed to protect our knee. Take a full inhale here. A full exhale. On your next inhale, extend that right foot towards the sky. And as you exhale, releasing the right foot. Inhale, extend the right foot towards the sky. And exhale, release. One more round like that. Allowing the foot to relax as you take one more full inhale and exhale here. And then releasing that right foot to the ground, uncrossing the left ankle. Go ahead and let the knees rock a little from side to side, windshield side to side, releasing any tension. Great, and once you even that out and come back to center, go ahead and walking the feet in, and we're crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Keeping that right foot slightly flexed, starting to bring that left knee in. You may interlace the back of the left thigh. Feel the shoulders relax down the back. That right knee is open and away from you. Using your breath to find space. One more full breath here. And then as you inhale, we'll extend that left leg, left heel, and exhale, bending that left knee. Moving slow and controlled with the breath. one more round. Allowing the left foot to relax, taking a full inhale. As you exhale, you may bring that left thigh in a little more. And then releasing the left foot to the ground. Go ahead and uncross that right ankle, and again allowing the knees to rock from side to side. Checking in with the self, noticing any thoughts that are arising, each one calm. Acknowledging this is just a distraction, if it's something that you need to come back to. Eventually making your way back to center. Go ahead and hug the knees back into the chest, taking the hands to the shins, a nice squeeze here. And then taking the hands to the backs of the thighs, rocking forward and up. My mat wanted to come along with me. And eventually, you can rock a few times, massaging the spine. Eventually, we will roll over the knees, making our way into our tabletop position. Our wrists are underneath our shoulders and our knees are underneath our hips. Spreading our fingers wide, finding that nice long line of energy from our tailbone to the crown. So navel is slightly pulling into the spine. Shoulders are looping down the back. Feel like you're pressing energy away from the ground. On your next inhale, allow your belly to drop, your gaze to lift, coming into your cow back. And as you exhale round, pull navel into spine, take your gaze in between the knees. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale round. Finding a rhythm with your breath. It can be different than mine. And then you can start to integrate any movement that feels good to you. If you feel like shifting a little forward and back or from side to side. It's all about checking in with the self. So really tune into what you need. Sometimes with emotions, they get buried deep within. So we're really tuning into ourselves today. Taking one more breath wherever you are. And then go ahead and walk your hands and a handprint or so in front. Fingers are still spread really wide, pressing into all 10 knuckles, and then coming to your toes. Pressing energy away from the ground with the hands as you lift the hips up. Feet are hip distance apart. You can keep the knees bent at first, allowing the shoulders to loop down the back. Finding that long line of energy from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Good, and then slowly shaking the head no. And then yes. Good, allowing the head to just relax. And then starting to pedal the heels. Releasing one heel and the other. Making sure that the shoulders don't start to creep up towards the ears. And the head is just totally relaxed. So just totally letting the head relax. No holding in the neck. Eventually, you can allow both heels to release, and it's okay if you still need to keep a bend in the knees. That's totally up to you. Listening to your body. Taking one more full breath here. and then looking to the front of the mat, bending the knees, making your way to the front. Once you arrive, bend the knees as much as you need to fold over the thighs, grab opposite elbow, and find a little sway from side to side. And you may bend as you sway. And you can always keep a nice, generous bend in the knees if you need to, allowing the lower back to release. Good. You may even sway a little forward and back with the torso. Taking a nice full inhale. And then exhale, releasing the arms. The arms are heavy. As you inhale, walking your hands to your shins, finding that long line of energy from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. Shoulders loop down the back. Inhale here. And then exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to fold over the thighs. Inhale, half lift once again. Go ahead and walk your hands up to your thighs this time. Shoulders loop down the back, elbows pulling back. Gaze is down. Full inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, but keep the hands where they are and fold over the thighs. This time as you inhale, press into the thighs, lifting all the way up. And then releasing the arms by your side. All right, so feet are hip distance apart. The outside of the feet are parallel to the outside of the mat. Pressing energy away from the feet, pressing into all four corners. As we inhale, we're going to lift up. Exhale, sinking the hips low, finding your chair pose. As you're here, you're squeezing an imaginary block in between the knees. The hands can stay lifted, or you can always bring the hands to heart center to take any pressure out of the shoulders. Take a full inhale here. As you exhale, you may sink a little further. Inhale. And then exhale, release the hands. Step your right foot to the back of the mat and lower down to the right knee. Now, you can use blocks underneath the hands or books or soup cans, whatever you have close by, to lift the ground up to you. As we inhale, we're growing long in the spine, making sure that that left knee is not jetting forward of the left foot. And as you exhale, if you have blocks, go ahead and walk the blocks back with you as you peel the left toes towards you, half splits. Inhale, walking your blocks back forward, low lunge. And exhale and half splits. One more round like that. Inhaling, low lunge. And exhale, half splits. Go ahead and walk back forward, come to the right toes, and step the right foot up to meet the left. Stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower down to that left knee. That right knee is stacked over the right ankle. As you inhale, see if you can find length in your spine. And as you exhale, walking back, peeling the right toes towards you, half splits. Inhale into your low lunge. And exhale and half splits. Taking one more round here. And this time, as you walk forward, come to the left toes. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, find your half lift. Hands can come to shins. Exhale, fold. And then sinking the hips low. Inhale, lifting up to your chair pose. Exhale, shoulders relax. taking a nice full inhale, a nice full exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, you may sink a little further. Great. On this inhale, go ahead and lift all the way up. You may look up, feel the energy, and exhaling, hands to heart center. Taking a breath here to notice how you feel. Being proud of yourself. Great. Now, if you have blocks, you may want them at the front of your mat like Emerson has at the moment. You may even want them up on the next height. Okay. We're starting with feet hip distance apart. We're going to start to shift the weight into the right foot. So if you're outside like us, finding a nice even area on the ground. And as you inhale, lifting up with the fingertips, bringing that left knee up with you. As you exhale, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, that left foot is flexed, hands to heart center. Inhale, slow and controlled, lifting up, left knee up. And exhale, coming into your figure four. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, figure four. Great, so we're gonna hold here. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. On your exhales, you may start to sink a little lower. And eventually you may even bring the hands down to the ground or to blocks. So we're trying to kind of get that right arm in the area where that left foot can hook around the right arm. In our future classes, we will build on. So the sits bones are sinking low. We're still finding a lift in the heart. Taking one more breath here. And then slow and control, going ahead and coming all the way up. Bringing that left knee up. And exhale, releasing the left foot beside you. You can go ahead and shake it out, let it go. Okay, moving on to the alternate side. Go ahead and take a moment to find your grounding in that left foot, pressing into all four corners. As you inhale, lifting that right knee up, reaching the fingertips up. And exhale, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up, reaching up, nice and tall. Exhale, sink low. One more round like that. Great, so we're gonna hold here, taking your time and honoring the difference in the right and left sides. Eventually, the hands may come down to the ground or blocks. Still finding length in the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. The jaw is nice and relaxed. Taking one more breath here. And then slow and controlled, lifting all the way up. Exhale, release it down and shake it out. Let any tension release from the ankles or anywhere else. Okay, we're back in our nice, strong mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. On your next inhale, reaching the arms up, out, and around, feeling energy through the fingertips. As you exhale, folding with a long spine. Inhale, finding your half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, make your way into your downward facing dog. Good, finding your breath. Hey, Magnolia, good downward facing dog. Good girl. All right, walking your big toes together now. Lifting your right foot off of the mat, fanning that right knee open. You can take that knee in circles in one direction and taking the knee in the opposite direction. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, bringing your right knee towards your right wrist, the ankle towards the left wrist. Keeping that right foot flexed as you walk the left big toe back. This is a perfect spot to wedge a blanket or block under the right hip so you can keep the hips nice and square. Once you come into your one-legged pigeon, Moo lay down. Come onto the forearms. So we're keeping that right foot flexed to protect our knee. Still finding length in the spine, allowing the shoulders to relax. Moo likes to greet everybody. Breathing deep, allowing the breath to flow to any areas that you're feeling tension and tightness on your inhales, Magnolia. And exhales, releasing. You can always stay on your forearms, or you may make your way onto stacked hands or forehead to the ground. Allowing the breath to melt tension. Allowing anything that needs to surface to come up. We'll take another full breath here. And then making our way onto our forearms. And then walking the hands back to us. Come into tented fingers, feeling the heart lift forward and up. See it? See it? And then as you exhale, we're going to release out of it. So come into the left toes off of that left knee and roll into the outer edge of the right hip. We're going to, excuse my friend, she's not opening her hips today. She has other plans. We're going to stack the left shin on top of the right. So we're coming into our fire log pose. Lay down, Moo. Lay down. And so this is another place, as Emerson is already doing, to place a block in between the knee and the foot. For a lot of us, that knee is not going to open as much the first few times that we try this. And we're keeping both feet flexed to protect both of our knees. Okay, you can place the left hand on top of the left inner thigh and not pushing on that left knee, but just giving it a little touch, encouraging a little more openness. Feel the shoulders stack over the hips. Shoulders relax down the back. Taking a full inhale. As you exhale, you can always stay here, or you may make your way down to the hands. Any amount is fine. Again, you can always stay sitting up. This is a very intense hip opener, so please listen to your body. Nice full inhales. Nice full exhales. On this next inhale, fill up completely. As you exhale and side out, seeing if you can release a little further. And then going ahead and walking the hands back to you, very gently lifting that left knee, stacking the left knee on top of the right, and we'll go ahead and walk around, coming back to our downward facing dog. Once you arrive in your downward facing dog, taking a moment here to acknowledge the difference in your right and left sides. You can always pedal it out if you need to. And then walking big toes in together if you need to find a little more balance in that right foot. Lifting the left knee off of the mat, fanning that left knee open. Shoulders are nice and square to the top of the mat. Right heel is sinking towards the ground. And starting to do some little circles with that left knee towards the sky. And Emerson, can your right heel release a little more toward the ground? Great. And then taking that knee in the opposite direction. Good, taking a full inhale. As you exhale, bring that left knee towards the left wrist, ankle towards the right, walking the big toes back. Finding nice square hips. If you need to place a blanket, a block under that left hip, you can. We're pressing into the top of the right big toe. And then whenever you're ready, going ahead and making your way onto your forearms. Great, feel the shoulders relax down the back. Allowing the face to soften. Allowing the glutes to relax here. You can always make your way onto stacked hands, your forehead, or you can always stay on the forearms, perfectly fine. Wherever you're at, using your breath to calm you as anything comes up that needs to surface. It's so easy just to run away, to get out of the pose when it gets a little tense, but really using your breath to guide you through, to find ease. Taking one more breath here. And then going ahead and making your way back onto your forearms. Walking back up to your hands, walking the fingertips towards you. Feel the heart lift forward and up, shoulders relax. As you exhale, release the hands, come to the right toes, off of the right knee, and roll to the outside of that left hip. We're going to swing that right leg around, stacking the ankle over the left knee and knee over the left foot, keeping both feet flexed. And again, placing any support that you need to in between that knee and foot or under the right hip. Acknowledging the difference in this side. For me, this side's a little tighter, so that's normal. Just noticing without judgment. Placing the right hand on the right inner thigh. Just encouraging a little more openness here. Noticing that long line of energy from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. Taking a full inhale. As you exhale, you can stay here or you can always make your way, walking your hands in front of you, finding a little fold here. Still bringing to your attention the long line of energy in the spine. Taking a nice full inhale through the nose. As you exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Letting go. Great, go ahead and walk back up, walking the hands to you, gently releasing that right leg, planting the right foot in front of you, and then planting the left foot in front of you. We're going to bring the hands to the backs of the thighs to roll onto the back. Once you arrive, make sure that the back of the neck is nice and long, so the chin may be slightly tucked into the chest. We're going to go ahead and bring both knees in taking the hands around the shins. And now hugging the knees in towards the underarms so the knees are a little wider this time. And circling the ankles in one direction and taking them in the opposite. Now listen closely. We're going to release that left shin and allow that left foot to come under the right, taking our left hand to the top of our right shin and our right hand to the outside of that left foot. That left knee is going to start to open out towards the ground as we hug that right knee in towards our chest. So we're just opening that left knee as much as comfortable for us. Just a few breaths here. Just acknowledging wherever you're at today. One more breath. And now releasing that left foot, taking the right hand back to the right shin, hugging that left knee in, taking a breath, knees hugged in towards underarms. And then releasing the right leg, allowing that right foot to come under the left. The right hand will walk to the top of the left shin, and the left hand will come to the top of the right foot, allowing that right knee to open out. Remembering this will look different for everyone. So just honoring wherever you're at. Nice full breaths. I'll take one more full breath here. And then go ahead and lifting that right knee, releasing the left hand, hugging the shins back in. And this time go ahead and hug the knees in towards each other. Giving the knees a nice, generous hug. On your next inhale, take a nice deep inhale that lifts your nose up towards your knees. Coming into a little ball. Whenever you need to release the air, whenever you need to exhale, lower the back of the head to the ground and extend the legs out long. Good. You can shift the hips a little from side to side here, allowing yourself to settle in, allowing the toes to fall out. And then when you're ready, allowing the arms to come along your side with the palms up. Taking a nice full inhale that fills you up completely. As you exhale, side out, allow yourself to melt into the ground. Now allowing the breath to naturally come and go, releasing any control over the breath. Feeling the breath naturally enter through both nostrils, exit through both nostrils. Allowing the body time to relax and absorb your hard work. So when you come back to your mat, you'll see progress. Acknowledging anything that has come up that needs your attention. Or you may even ask if there's anything that needs to surface, any old stale emotions that need to be dealt with, trusting that the universe, that God will guide you in whatever may be holding you back, so you can come to your highest good. It's okay if nothing comes up. Just remain an open throughout the rest of your day or next few days to receive any intuition that you may need in guiding you to your highest good. Feeling every muscle in the body relaxed. As you take 3 more natural breaths here. And then as you start to deepen your breath again, starting to feel movement enter back into the toes and fingers, into the feet and hands, into the ankles and wrists. And then whenever you're ready, bending one knee and the other, rolling onto your right side in a nice nurturing fetal position. Taking a moment here to extend gratitude to God for anything that you may have received in your practice today. And then taking a moment to give yourself thanks for having the courage to show up for yourself, to work through any difficult emotions, for being strong enough to know what you need to find a better place in your life. After your next breath, going ahead and pressing into that left hand, coming up to a comfortable seat. Maybe Sukhasana, Indian style. Taking a moment here just to allow the hands to relax on the lap. Feeling your nice long spine. Acknowledging how you feel. Noticing any differences in your energy than at the beginning of your practice. And then allowing the hands to meet at heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Blessings and namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. That helps me out. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. and leave a comment letting me know any questions you may have. I'll guide you as best as I can, and let me know what you would like to see next.